Let's go to Natalie in Seabrook, Texas. First-time caller. Hey, Natalie.
Hey, George. I'm a first-time caller. Thanks for taking my call.
I'm glad you got through. What took you so long?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's just been hard getting through sometimes. You know, you're a popular guy.
Well, sometimes. That's true.
Well, I just had a comment about what you and Alex were talking today. It kind of relates to what the gentleman was saying before.
Oh, you listened to Alex's show. That's where I was. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And my comment is cftc.gov/law regulation /Federal Register /comment files /08-004.
That was you.
I believe that is the exact address where that file is for the CFTC regarding weather modification. And this is a government file, and it actually explains from beginning to end how all weather is modified by the government, that all these events that are going on in Australia and all these floods and earthquakes have actually been controlled with Tesla technology that was found out way back in Area 51 in the 50s. And it's a 35-page document called CLO2.
Well, there's no doubt that weather has been manipulated, modified, and, you found documents which would prove that. Scientists are admitting it publicly right now that they've been doing this.
Well, this is absolute proof that everything that is going on in the world is 100% controlled by the government.
Now, listen, I was on Alex's show at 11:30 Pacific time this morning. So here we are now, 12:20 Pacific time. You're still listening to talk radio. Do you do this a lot?
No, I've been waiting a really long time to get this information out, and I've been getting shut down. As a matter of fact, I turned on the radio, the internet radio, and I wanted to talk to Miss Albrecht a little bit, but she had to leave before I could come on, and because as soon as 1 o'clock rolled over on my computer, my radio was shut off, and I haven't been able to get back onto it. And I thought that was pretty strange. But somebody just doesn't want this information out there. And I have been writing Congress. I've been writing my local government.
What do you get a response?
Absolutely nothing. None. And frankly, I have sent this to Mr. Jones as well, who I do respect, but he won't touch it. And when I started to give this link today, I was pretty disappointed that he wouldn't let me finish it. We do a lot of shows on weather manipulation and modification, especially what might be happening with HARP. Why don't you send me that, though? Email it to me. Do you have my email address? I actually did email it to you today, Mr. Noy, right after we spoke.
So it's sitting in there for me. Okay, great.
It is sitting in there for you. Thank you so much for listening to me.
I'm going to spend the balance of the broadcast now dealing with pole shift. We live on an ever-changing world. We're hit by comets. We're hit by asteroids, solar flares. NASA admits if a direct solar flare ever points towards the Earth, it will blow out all of the satellites that are on the sunward side of the planet. That will cause serious issues. As we become more and more dependent on technology, pole movements or huge pole shifts, solar storms will affect us. And the sun is the biggest driver of climate and climatological change on this planet. And Paul Joseph Watson has put together a detailed report that we think is very important for everybody out there talking right now about pole shift. And why are we talking about it now? Well, we're talking about it now because for close to 80 years, they've been studying the magnetic fields of the poles. And the last 50 or so, there's been intense metering of them at stations around the globe. And you could spend days trying to read all of the NASA reports, Scientific American reports, the list goes on and on. Fox News reports confirming that the pole is moving and is beginning to shift. We don't know how much it's going to shift, faster than it's ever has shifted since it's been recorded. Now, that isn't as scary as it sounds. It could be, but we don't know because we don't know that it doesn't fluctuate every 50 or 100 or 75 years or randomly whenever the sun goes through different permutations of cycles. But if it shifted a few thousand miles, cataclysmic. Oceans rising. Texas could find itself where the North Pole is if there was a 3,000-mile shift. If there was a 5,000-mile shift, Texas could find itself, basically where Japan is. I mean, it's unlimited, and right now it's moving towards Russia, and it is moving. And all over the years, I heard all these scientists and people saying it was going to shift, it was moving. And there's historians that have studied it and gone into the ancient text when things like this were reported. We're going to start looking at it more because I only go off stuff I can prove.